Listen.
Do you think protests are productive? Do you think they work?
No. I used to think, yeah, man, it brings people together. You know, you can show your thoughts, but you're doing nothing. You know what's crazy about protests? You go to the doorstep of where you need to go, and they've got the cheek to just no, they're inside the building and just watching you through the TV. Like, look at these cunts
sipping their coffee.
that's how, and they're probably saying these cunts. Like, they're angry, but they got the amount of disrespect they got. They don't even come and address you and you vote for these people. Do you know how fucking crazy? That's why I don't do no protests, because I ain't seeing the people that I need to speak to.
I feel like
we're all in the same thing,
ways.
Chatting shit together here. There ain't no action really taking place. Half of these protests are not really serious. They're talking all this, oh, we won't stand for it. Really? Will you stand up against the police when they're trying to protect these people? No, you won't. So let's just, you chill, you're not really on it. You're going to come together and financially make some shit happen? No, you won't. Because you haven't got the blueprint yet. So the people that got the blueprints, they're gone.
They're not at the process. They're doing what they need to do.
And sadly, a lot of them people they're exhausted and they can't be bothered, or they're greedy. They've tapped into that same mindset. So
those protests, for me, didn't genuinely happen. It was control. All these murders are being caught on camera and being put on the news, whether you know it or not. That is staged, that is intentional, that is there to get a reaction. That is control within control, because now we are going to be the ones that make you come outside and protest. You feel like you're protesting for something when in actual fact this is only happening because we've broadcasted it out. Because look, all these news people are spreading the propaganda. They're spreading it.
True.
It's like
we wouldn't know about it.
We wouldn't know about it. So as you said, no one ain't doing it no more. What are they called?
Bad people still being
the LGBTQ/BLM.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They got funded, got paid, did what they were supposed to do and left. In fact, I think a couple of them got locked up.
Bloody hell.
Because it was a scheme. It's
So
capitalising.
all the money that they made from
A lot of them bought mansions.
A lot of them got rich.
Yeah, in white areas, imagine.
Let me say what I'm saying though. Look.
And it was against men anyway. So
It's capitalising. It's capitalising.
it came from.
It's capitalising off of black people's ignorance and lack of awareness.
Can you imagine that though? You've done all that. Imagine how fun that must have been for them. We're out here pretending we're out for all Black Lives Matter. We don't like black men, by the way, but Black Lives Matter unless they're trans.
So glad you said that.
Now what we're gonna do? That money
I'm
is
so
we're gonna
glad
buy
you
it.
said that. I'm so glad you said that. You can't be for the black family and be on that. You can't, because the man is as important as the woman.
The only
Not
men that
woman,
they
woman,
accepted,
woman, love.
The
What?
only women
That's
that they
not the family.
accepted were trans men that were trans.
Gavin.
So their thing was about mothers and their families, and I thought, so hold on, what even happens if they have sons then?
And it goes back to what I said about highlighting the lack of awareness that black people have and how these people capitalise off of it.
Enough to buy
If you read what they was about, you would know that they wasn't for black people, because it said that they weren't for them.
And the thing is, there was no hiding it.
There was no hiding it.
If you went to their website, there was no hiding it. Like, it was written in plain sight. The only thing that they did, it wasn't the exact words of "we don't like black men," but once you read it, that's what they said. They said they are here for women and trans men. So this is not how I remember seeing it look before.
Of course,
this has definitely been updated, because it wasn't that. But it says, after talking about, it says Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Blah, blah, blah. Further down, it says, we are expansive. We are a collective of liberators who believe in an inclusive and spacious movement.
See, that alone.
Yeah, we also believe that in order to win and bring as many people with us along the way, we must move beyond the narrow nationalism that is all too prevalent in black communities. We must ensure we are building dear. Right, that's my response. We must ensure that we are building a movement that brings all of us to the front. We affirm the lives of black, queer and trans folks,
Stop.
disabled folks,
Stop.
undocumented folks, folks with records,
What is
women,
undocumented
and all
folk?
black lives along the gender spectrum.
So no men in there.
Black.
Listen,
We come
now,
under the black.
Our network centres those who have been marginalised within black liberation movements. We are working for a world where black lives are no longer systematically targeted for demise. We affirm our humanity, our contributions to this society and our resilience in the face of deadly oppression. They call for black lives to matter. The call for black lives to matter is rallying cry for all black lives striving for liberation. Now, they've capitalised all black lives, yeah? But let's go back because I need to read that again. We affirm the lives of black, queer and trans folks.
So black, comma, queer.
No, of black, queer
Right.
and trans folks, comma. Disabled folks, comma. Undocumented folks,
Oh,
comma.
Is that
Folks with records,
so they never said black and black,
comma. Women and all black lives along the gender spectrum.
queer. Oh,
now
you
stop.
lot
No, stop.
Along,
stop,
you're
stop,
along the gender spectrum. It's all right.
Stop.
So we've
stop.
included them.
How can you say
No,
women and not men?
Nah, you don't stop.
This is my
no,
point.
You don't stop. no, wait.
That's crazy.
Wait.
You missed out a whole
Just
man.
guys,
No, wait.
If you don't believe
Along
it,
the gender spectrum.
yeah.
I'm not
Wait.
accepting that shit.
No,
I'm a
wait.
man.
No, but listen
No,
though.
you're
This is
along
Black
the
Lives
gender
Matter
spectrum.
No,
doctrine.
but listen though. This is why I feel like we're playing games. They have eradicated
The black man.
black men.
It started from
About
Trayvon
that
Martin.
Who is a
Young
black
black.
boy. This is why it
Didn't even say
Well,
boys.
Listen,
Didn't even say boys
it
and girls
says,
or nothing.
right, it says it was founded in
Started from
response to
Trayvon
the
Martin.
acquittal.
Not that shit.
Because not only that, remember I just said we had to go into about to learn what they were about to read that, right? It starts off saying it was founded off the
By
acquittal
Trayvon
or
Martin.
Trayvon Martin, who's a
Young.
young black boy,
Yeah.
right? If you go straight onto their page, the first thing it comes up with is one little flashy thing which changes, then demand Congress end qualified immunity, right? Blah, blah, blah. Underneath says, Andrew Joseph the third was a 14-year-old black teen attending student day at the Florida State Fair in Tampa back in 2014. After sheriff deputies racially targeted, harassed, physically searched and unjustly removed Andrew from the fair, making no attempt to contact the middle schooler's parents. Andrew was dropped off on the side of a busy interstate 2 miles from the fair, right? Then goes on to Trayvon Martin Foundation, Peace Walk and Peace Talk. Then goes down to expand the court, and then you've got social media's extra signing up stuff and then their merchandise, right? Did you?
Merchandise?
Yeah, they've got merchandise. But hold
They're
on.
selling merch.
Did you guys notice anything about what I just read?
No.
Did you notice they said his name, but they at no point wrote he?
Listen.
Do you notice that? It says Andrew Joseph, blah blah blah, was a black teen, not a young black boy, not a young black teenage boy. He was a 14-year-old black teen. So at that point, they could still say Andrew could have been a girl,
It's on the spectrum.
or on the spectrum, or undocumented.
This is how you know.
What's
Yeah?
undocumented?
This is how you know.
I guess that's I'm
Unspecified.
guessing it's
Unspecified.
non-binary. If anyone knows
Listen.
otherwise, tell me.
This is why, for me, this is just me. The LGBTQ don't give a shit about